What's up, guys? This is Hense Todd. That is Nick Athan. We are live today. We got a heck of a show locked up for you guys today. So with that said, sit back and watch the intro. You know, even MVS can't come here. You know, he's still in Seattle, you know. All right, go ahead. I started anyway. Looks like the show opener froze. So
yeah, it did, huh? There we go.
Worst thing on radio is dead air. Welcome to the Hense Todd cold open once again.
We need to get you news.
It got froze. I don't know, man. It got stuck. But but before we get into that, let's go ahead and get into sponsors before we
they want to have a word.
Do it.
With our showrunner.
What an intro for the Big Friday show.
Wow.
Awesome. In Missouri. If you're looking for a great fantasy game, we've teamed up with UnderdogFantasy.com. You can play $5 and get $50. You can use the special promo code Chiefs Blitz. The game is available in 33 states. Check out the availability map. You must be 18, 19, or 21 years older to play, but it's an outstanding game. The app is very simple. You can deposit and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash for new customers, and make sure you use the Chiefs Blitz code, and so you can register to start playing this amazing game. Play Pick'em on Underdog. You can, with all your favorite NBA players, James, Curry, Ball, anybody and everybody who's in the NBA, you can play higher or lower. It is an amazing product. It's very simple to use. If I can do it, anybody can. And just make sure when you log on to UnderdogFantasy.com, make sure you use the code Chiefs Blitz.
Woof, woof.
Woof, woof. That's right. Underdog Fantasy. Want to thank them very much for being our sponsor. We got baseball season coming up. Opening day for the Royals is 2 weeks from yesterday, so 13 days. Wow. Yes, Bobby Witt will be available. He'll be all right. Jack Caglione or whatever his name is.
Nick.
I can't do it, man. I can't say it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lou. Correct me.
I don't know. I have no idea who he is, but
anyway,
I knew that wasn't the way to say his name.
He's going to open in the minors, but he'll be up by the summer. I'm your host, Nick Athan. Four Guys at the Bar, presented by Chiefs Blitz.
Yes, we are here.
That's Hense Todd to my left or right on top, and Mr. Lou Montagna. Happy birthday, brother! Belated.
Yes.
But and then the coach.
Lou is getting younger.
Another page is turned.
That's right. Turn backwards.
Yeah, mine's next month,
backwards.
Dude. Yeah.
Let's go.
Happy birthday, Lou. So with that said, let's hear from the baby himself.
Breaking news.
Thank you.
Hot damn time.
He's back.
We sacrificed the show into for the baby, the Chiefs. Have re-signed running back Kareem Hunt on a 1-year deal worth up to $2.5 million with a base of 1.5. Pretty similar deal to what the Chiefs free agent running back got NFL minimum last year. But Kareem Hunt is back, so we'll see. How this shakes out with the running back room, which is going to be kind of interesting because I think we're all of the opinion they're going to draft a running back. I think they still need. Even though they got Elijah, I think they still need speed. And, again, he sat out all last year, so we really don't know what we've got with him, whether he's the third down back or can be an every down back. I think this puts Isaiah Pacheco on notice. You better come into camp in great shape, and you better start using that vision to find the holes that the offensive line creates.
All right, so it doesn't say anything about guaranteed money. Right. So I think that tells us a lot.
Yeah, we don't have that information yet. There is a guarantee.
No. I'm saying if there's a very small amount of guaranteed money, right? And obviously, just looking at the amount of the deal, I don't think a lot of it is guaranteed. Is that it's just it? I mean, there's no guarantee that he makes the team. If they do draft one, right, and they bring in maybe one or two undrafted free agents, or hell, maybe they bring in another veteran free agent, before it's all said and done. It's creating competition. Kareem's not going to get any faster this year than he was last year. So it's a tough road to hoe. I mean, we got to appreciate everything he did for the team. Kind of saved him in terms of the running game. It wasn't great, but it was good. So I mean, it's good for him. He gets an opportunity. Yeah, Carson Steele, I think he's still part of the mix, but not guaranteed to make the team. That's for sure.
That's Bowtie's boy. That's another guy with Bowtie that he highlighted.
If they draft a guy rounds 1 through 4, that kid's probably guaranteed to make the team. So now that's one less spot for one of the veterans. So we'll see. It's an evolving thing.
Hey, it's a lot to talk about. I think Pacheco will be the odd man out. But a 1-year deal, 2.5. I think the league minimum for him as a veteran is 1.2 million, 1.25, something like that. So he's at least going to get $1 million from the Chiefs for signing the deal. So good for him. He deserves it. He got to his first Super Bowl, didn't go his way. He's been through a lot. I think this was a reward for his service of last year. Obviously, he wasn't going to play for another team. So hey, I think this is a good move. It's good. You can never have enough running backs or cornerbacks. And I mean, listen, he came off the couch basically. So his workout routine is going to be a little bit different this offseason. And so he should be in really great shape. And I think he's going to feel very blessed. He's getting another opportunity with Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and Travis Kelce.
I feel like they still drafted a guy in the second or third round.
Devin Neal.
It's somebody not no Devin Neal. He too much reminds me of Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Please. Stop. LSU. Please. There's no comparison.
Ding.
There is no.
Clyde.
There is zero.
The God.
Zero comparison between the two.
I think it is.
No.
Well, I think Clyde had the benefit. Clyde had the benefit of playing for arguably the greatest college football team we've ever seen.
That's right.
And I think he also benefited from the fact that, again, prisoner of the moment. Maybe Veach took Patrick a little too literally before the draft.
Yeah, that won't happen.
So no, I wouldn't say any of these guys. I mean, Devin Neal's a little bit bigger. I think he's got a little bit more top end speed. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. But he's certainly Devin Neal is not a first round pick. He's not a second round pick. Those guys, most of those guys after Genty and Hampton. The two kids from Ohio. Now, the two kids from Ohio State will probably battle to be the third back, depending on what your flavor is, what you like better. But those guys are certainly in the mix in the second round, maybe the bottom of the first.
I say you draft one of Iowa State running backs, and you draft Lou from Texas. From Texas.
Thanks, Kenny. Appreciate the love, buddy. Thank you.
Again, Devin Neal, Edwards-Helaire to me. You can't come in here with your Rocky hoodie and say it's totally different. I'm saying he
my Rocky hoodie. I don't have a Rocky hoodie on.
You do. You better go train for a marathon. Oh, now you got the the Chiefs logo.
I wish I could train for a marathon. That'd be great.
I can't do a marathon. Marathons.
My birthday wish is to be 23.
Running.
Yeah. Start carb loading now, Nick.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
But again, in other news, the Chiefs have also brought in Zappy. What y'all think about that? Is that going to be
Zappy? Could be the third quarterback or the practice squad quarterback. Andy loves him. He keeps bringing him back. So
Andy loves him.
You need 4 quarterbacks in the offseason for OTAs and mini camps and training camp. You need 4. He's the 4th, and then it's a good move.
Yeah, not bad.
Familiar territory.
Not bad. I like Zappy though. I think Zappy got some upside to him. I like Zappy.
Yeah. Well, what's the upside?
Hey man, potential.
Of what?
Potential. He got some upside. He's
He's a pretty smart kid. He's played a lot of football. Played a couple of two of the more complex systems in the NFL.
Two of the best coaches in NFL history.
Happy
All right, so let's just talk crap about the kid. All right, go ahead.
I'm not
Thank you,
talking
Lou.
crap
I'm trying to show the man some love, Lou. I said, man, he got some upside to him. Man, he got
Yeah,
some
a lot
upside.
of
think he
words,
does.
a lot of superlatives. Sure, let's go with that.
I mean, you know.
But other news and other breaking news, the Chiefs have signed another quarterback.
Damn. He gets the baby then, huh?
Yeah, he gets the baby. As we first told you here, I think earlier in the week, the Chiefs are signed quarterback Gardner Minshew on a 1-year deal. Yeah, the mustache man. On a 1-year deal where the Las Vegas Raiders are paying $3.5 million of his salary this year. So it's basically the NFL minimum plus for Kansas City plus some incentives. In addition, they have a $8 million hit that they have to absorb as well. I love it. Listen, we're going to talk a little bit more about this in our main segment, but Andy likes to change it up. He likes to bring different style of quarterbacks in here every year to back up Patrick. And yes, Ruben, you're correct.
Ruben said a 70s porn star.
He is a clone of Dirk Diggler. If anybody knows who Dirk Diggler is, you get a prize.
Oh, man.
Did Dirk have a mustache?
Dirk had a mustache.
Did
he?
I don't remember
Yes.
that. Yeah. Okay.
How do you feel about Minshew Mayhem coming to Kansas City? How do you feel about this guy? You know, the mustache, you know what I mean, the trailer, everything he gonna come with. Uncle Rico is coming to Kansas City. What do you think about it?
Well, I've got him pretty large feature and factor cap coming off, so I'm going to abstain from this part of the show.
Right. I'm going to back away from this. They're gonna give you too much.
What's the word after Minshew?
Mania.
I didn't hear it the first time.
Oh, go ahead.
Minshew Mania. He's a cult. He's got a cult of fans.
Right.
He's got Philadelphia, Jacksonville, Indianapolis. Now,
is it bigger than the Mahomes fans?
It sounded like a completely different word before, so I just wanted to make sure we said it properly.
Mania.
It was mayhem. I just called it mayhem.
Okay, all right. So that's a whole different vibe.
That's more letters.
Minshew made him. They said Minshew Mania. Which one holds more weight, gentlemen?
I had the mayhem. I think all that when he come into training camp, you know, everybody's the mustache.
He's gonna take a grown man spot. He's gonna take a grown man spot.
He's taking. But go ahead.
I ain't say nothing. I'm just saying he's gonna take a grown man spot.
I mean, yeah. What do you think, Coach? Come on.
Is it quiet? Is it quiet in the panel when I said grown man spot? Everybody got quiet. Everybody, which are you scared of summer games or something? Minshew gonna come in there and he's gonna outthrow Patrick Mahomes. He's gonna outthrow him. He's gonna outplay him. Man, the fan base is thicker. Nah, I like him though. He's a good backup. He's a good backup, man. Like if Mahomes happen to buckle, if his knees buckle, I like Mayhem, man. Like Mayhem to come in and get it together, man. Yeah, because his aura's different, man. I'm like, it's like some guys just got the aura, and that's Mayhem.
He does.
They got that aura.
He's been through it. You know, it's different stops.
Exactly.
He's learned different offenses. He's had to deal with some adversity here and there, and I think in terms of just in general, what is a backup quarterback? Somebody that you feel comfortable with having to go in a game in a pinch and or win 2 or 3 games for you if your starter's not healthy. And I think he's shown the ability to do all of that. Now he's not good enough to be a starting quarterback in the league. And I think over time, he's kind of proved that he had like reasonable success down in Jacksonville. Right. And that was really the longest stretch of success that he's really had.
No, I don't think that's true.
He was okay with the Colts. He was okay with the Raiders, but in terms of what the Chiefs need him to do, I don't know that there was a better option at this point. And I think he's actually one of the better ones in terms of having that guy would be ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I think this is he's got a gunslinger mentality. I think he played good for the Colts. I mean, they were within one play of making the postseason. With him at the helm of the quarterback, they almost won that division. They lost, I think, to Houston. On a freak play. I think he played well. I think this is a great signing for the Chiefs. And I think this is a guy, as Hense points out, that can come in for 2 or 3 games. And he's never had an offense, obviously, this talented. Jacksonville's was okay. The Colts were okay. He was in Philadelphia for a couple of years. And, he did play a few games, but, and they had some extreme talent as well. But this is the perfect quarterback. I would say this is probably the best backup quarterback the Chiefs are going to have since Chad Henne retired a few years
He's
ago.
going to take over preseason to watch. Mahomes going.
Oh, he's going to be fun to watch. Fans are going to love him.
I'm trying to tell you, it's the mustache, man.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a quality backup.
Backup. Nah, he's going to be. He's the truth. Ain't no quality. He's the truth. We're not going to say quality, man.
Looking nice on the sideline with the mustache, holding the clipboard, catching my phone. And that's what you need. That's what you need. Somebody that's quality, you know what I mean? The fans are liking.
That's not worse than serviceable. A nice serviceable.
I was going to say,
you know what's coming. You know what's coming, man.
Exactly what he is.
We got more breaking news.
That's cold-blooded, bro.
We got more breaking news. Mango put up an image, but the Chiefs have a new defensive tackle, Jerry Tillery, of the Los Angeles/San Diego Chargers, has agreed to a 1-year deal with Kansas City defensive tackle. So there you go.
Yeah,
I
think to answer the question in terms of the title of the show today, what are they going to do next? I think they're just going to continue to do this.
Yeah,
I mean, add little pieces here and there. We figured once Turk was gone that they were certainly going to look at defensive tackle, and they still will look at I'm sure if one of the better ones is available in the first round, they will strongly consider it, or if not, run the card up there if it's a guy that they're looking for. But Tillery's a former high pick Notre Dame dude. I mean, he's shown some promise. Again, if he had fulfilled
Vikings last year,
if he had fulfilled he was a Chargers draft pick originally. But, if he had fulfilled his promise, then we wouldn't be sitting here with him getting a 1-year deal. But he does have it in him to be a decent situational pass rusher. Who knows? Maybe given an opportunity to start, not to say that he gets one full time, but as part of the rotation, maybe he can stick out and, show his worth for, next year when he's going through this again.
King Mo said, I guess we drafting Luther Burden at 31 then. I guess we filled the void now. We drafting Burden.
Speaking of the draft, what should be the Chiefs' top priority in the draft?
I think we're on the topic. I mean, I think it's got to be defensive tackle. Tillery can play tackle. He can play in the end. He kind of rotate. He's a good 1-year fill-in. It's just the way that they've attacked free agency and the way where they put their money. Now they can get a 4th or maybe they somehow acquire a 5th round pick for a running back. They can go defensive line and offensive line in the 1st and 2nd round and 3rd round. Maybe they get another tight end. Or maybe they get 2 defensive tackles. But I think defensive tackle is going to be the top spot here for Kansas City. And I suspect the Chiefs are going to move up. If their guy slides into the high 20 or the low 20s, I think they'll definitely try to move up. If not, if that guy's gone or those defensive tackles are gone, I think they'll trade out of the 1st round. But I can't see it. I mean, they need some more linebacker help. I think they could use some speed at linebacker for sure. But I can't see him going any other position if one of the top 3 or 4 defensive tackles there, at pick 31.
Yeah, that's a high pick too. I do agree. Go trenches. I don't give a damn what side they go on. Left tackle, guard, defensive tackle in. It doesn't matter. Just get that shit sewn up. So I can definitely see them going trenches. Going all trenches in for their first pick.
Well, I think based on what they've done so far in free agency and kind of the way they're going about it, they're putting themselves in a position to. Again, it's going to be broken record is to take the best player available. Now, when I say the best player available, it's going to be O-line, D-line, potentially a receiver if the right one falls, meaning the one that they feel good enough to be a first round pick. But I don't think they're going to force a position. If one of the top O tackles drops, I don't care if they signed a kid that's fairly young. They'll grab him. If the right defensive tackle drops, I think that would be maybe a little bit a notch above, even though it's a very deep class. And the same thing with running back, the same thing with receiver. So I don't know if any one of those positions is really going to be prioritized based on the fact that I'm thinking that Veach is thinking that they've kind of added to the areas of need, and now they can just focus on the best football player that they have on their board at that slot, outside, of course, of quarterback.
Yep.
Maybe even linebacker. I don't know that they're going to have linebacker as that high a priority. So
I don't think so.
O-line, D-line, receiver, I would think.
I can see them drafting O-line, tackle, or if a corner that's in the top, top 5, drops down and they, in they lap, then they can have that 5th-year option on a cornerback. It's when they go into contract talks with McDuffie and other guys is going to be free agents next year as well. So I can see them picking a corner there at 31 if somebody drop, or even moving up one if somebody starts to fall down into their range where they.
You said corner. You said DB.
What would be a real smart thing to do right now?
What's that?
Extend Trent now.
Yeah,
because the price of poker is just going to keep going up. JC Horn just got an absurd amount of money for what he's provided to that team so far. So that's probably going to be the baseline at this point, or damn close to that. Maybe they structure it a little bit different so he gets more money sooner. But you just look at Cincinnati, what's happening with Chase. Every day they wait, it seems like the price just keeps going up and up. Micah Parsons, all these guys. Once you saw what Crosby got, you saw what some of these other high priced defensive players are getting. It's smart business. Get it done now.
Good point.
And I'll tell you, like a corner to be there, or a safety, one of the top safeties to be there as well.
Maybe.
They lap as well. They can take one and have that 5th-year option as they go into contract talks with everybody else going into next season. Speaking of next season, what AFC West team made the most? AFC West team made the most impact in free agency. Drake, since you got something to say, talk, sir.
I got something to say, young man. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers, man.
AFC West.
Yes, sir.
AFC. Damn, you put some emphasis on that too.
Little conference realignment happening here.
Yeah. I think Denver. did it. Yeah, Denver, Bo. Yeah. I think Denver did. Denver defense is stacked, man. They secondary, man. They legit. You hear me? They legit, man.
Right.
I think Denver. I think Denver's gonna be the team. I think Denver. They got that safety from the 49ers. Forgot what his name is. Lou.
Talanoa Hufanga.
God damn that name. Yeah, Talanoa. Talladega.
If he's healthy, or when he's healthy, that's like. I don't know if he's quite as good, but same type of player as Troy Polamalu.
Yes, exactly.
You can play him anywhere. Deep safety, come in the box, rush the pass, whatever you need him to do. And then Dre Greenlaw, throw those
Dre Greenlaw,
guys from San Francisco. And again, now he's coming off an Achilles, and he kind of got hurt again. Not like terribly injured, but I think maybe he came back a little soon last year, and it didn't really work out where he could play the rest of the season. But if he is healthy this year, and Hufanga is, that was already a top 5 defense.
Now you add those elements.
So my answer, if you can't already tell, is I'm agreeing with the coach, which now I think this show should be over right now.
Hell yeah. Do y'all feel the spirit? The tide has changed.
Yeah, the Broncos, like you said.
Forget about breaking news. We have incoming transmission. Oh, my goodness.
What could this be?
That looks like the warning I got in my car. Hey, throw that list away. All right.
Why are we around? Yo,
welcome to the show. It's a Chiefs Blitz night. Breaking down the plays, keeping everything tight. From my homes to the defense, we give you the scoop. Real talk, real stats, we the ultimate truth. This ain't no game, it's our passion on display.
The baby
Chiefs
himself.
Blitz podcast, real fans unite. Every touchdown scored, reignite the night. From tailgate chatter to post-game debate, we love our Chiefs, yes, never too late.
I would even bring MVS back in the middle of the season.
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar, sponsored by Chiefs Blitz.com, presented by UnderdogFantasy.com. Here's your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna have a lot of confused souls on this show. Yes, thank you, Mango, for finding our intro.
Stick the mic in Nick's face now. Would you still bring back MVS?
Hell yeah! You know what? I'm gonna get an MVS. I'm gonna get an MVS signed mini helmet. I probably could get one on eBay for about $40.
You have to get something on MVS.
But I think Broncos just loaded up. I think Broncos got better. They got better.
If Ingram is right, I mean that's sort of the type. I mean that's the type of guy I think that Peyton was talking about in terms of when they say a joker. You know,
I don't know what that means. What does that mean in football?
Who's the guy that they had from BYU for New Orleans, number 7?
Oh, you talking about
he was a quarterback, tight end, fullback. So anyway, so that's what I think. Like the perfect guy would be Tyler Warren from Penn State. Yeah, that would be your joker. Now I don't think they pick high enough to get him, and I don't know that. Pardon me.
I'm talking about Winston. He said Tyson Hill, yeah.
Right. Yeah, so that would be, I think, ultimately, but I don't think Ingram does that. But you can flex him out. He can play in line a little bit. So, but he would, has been injured a little bit, kind of buried down there in Jacksonville. But whenever he plays, he's a matchup nightmare. So,
yeah.
If these guys are right that they brought in, they could. They're going to be better. I mean,
before we get right back, I'm going to get right into the news that if you missed it, I'm going to bring it right back in.
Baby.
All right, former first-round pick of the then San Diego Chargers, probably. The Chiefs have brought in Jerry Tillery, a defensive tackle, can also play defensive end. I think he started his career, obviously, with the Chargers, went to the Raiders for a couple years, was pretty decent. Had played for the Vikings last year, had 13 tackles, and it looks like no sacks. So this is kind of a space eater guy, I think, for them. But again, these are the moves that we're going to see, with the Chiefs. Now, I think there's going to be a multi-year deal coming up here for the Chiefs shortly. But for now, hey, it worked last year. They got a lot of bodies. And again, this gives the Chiefs some flexibility in the first round because I think they're going to address their defensive line. But hey, you look at what the Eagles do. They throw bodies at the offensive defensive line. And that's exactly what you have to do.
And also, speaking of defensive line, can the Chiefs get a deal done with Charles Minhood?
I would think so. I mean, he does. From my understanding, he hasn't had any visits.
More importantly, do they want to?
I think
good question.
That's what it comes down to. I think if they really wanted to, they could. It doesn't seem like the market is out there like beating down his door. So if they really want to, I think they could. Right. I think maybe this Tillery move. I mean, it's not like they're investing a ton of money, but if they're saying we'd rather sign this guy, that it's either Menahu's looking for too much money, or they just said, well, thanks, Charles, but no thanks. Plain and simple. I mean, they you don't even have to ask them; they're showing you.
Yeah, I don't think they. I don't think they should.
I think they're gonna get a deal done here shortly, soon, from what I heard. I think he will be still staying here in Kansas City. with the Kansas City Chiefs. Hopefully, you know what I mean, because he like I said, when he's on the field, he changed his defensive line, dramatically.
He sure did against the Eagles. He sure did.
Yeah. He should be healthy. He should be healthy this year. Have a full offseason. Obviously was working through it. Hopefully he does his video series again, because I thought it was pretty great. But I'd like to see.
You're gonna have him like mess up the other ACL so he could do another.
No, I'm just saying his. I think just his openness and.
I get that, but I think the reason he did it was because he was injured, right?
Well, yeah, maybe he and Joshua Williams could do something together. I think that'd be a blast.
Joshua, yeah, he's got some personality.
He's definitely going to be a broadcaster when he's done. There's no question about it. But yeah, I say they bring. I'm hopeful they bring Amendu back. They still need another pass rusher, and if they're going to concentrate on defensive tackle and offensive line, find a running back, maybe another linebacker, a safety. They got some limited choices, even though they got 3 picks in the 7th round. Though Veach, the last time he had 3 picks in the 7th round, all 3 became relevant.
Pretty good.
And we'll see. We'll see if he can make that.
I'm just saying with Menahu, I don't know. I really don't think they're gonna waste money. Or it depends on what he want. If he want good money, I don't think he's gonna give him that money he thinks he deserves. So nah.
We'll find out.
Yeah. I'm hoping it'll get done, you know what I mean? So go ahead, Nick, answer this question you wanted to ask the guys.
All right. So the Jason Sudeikis was on the Kelsey Brothers podcast and announced that Ted Lasso on Apple TV show will be getting a season 4. It'll be based on a women's soccer team, and he'll be the coach. And so earlier today, my good friend Mr. Hense Todd calls me up and goes, "Who's Ted Lasso?" So I had to get him up to speed. Andre, do you not know who it is either?
I don't. I have no clue.
God. Oh my god!
So is this a cultural thing? What's happening right now? Do you know? Okay, let's start from the beginning.
Go ahead.
Do you know who Jason Sudeikis is?
Yeah, but
everybody pause again.
Coach, do you know?
I have no clue.
Okay, big time comedian, has Kansas City roots.
Grew up in Kansas City.
Arguably the biggest Caitlin Clark fan you'll ever see. He was in the house at Iowa. Did he go to University of Iowa?
He went to K.
Did he? Okay, but anyway, big time, Iowa Hawkeyes fan, Indiana Fever fan. But I have not seen any episodes of this, and I feel sick to my stomach that I haven't. But now that there's a season 4 coming up, let's do it.
Okay, so just to give people a background story, real quick on this, Jason Sudeikis is Eric Stone Street, Paul Rudd. These are all guys that went to high school in Kansas City. All went to college.
Big into the big slick,
the big slick. The charity event. Hopefully, we'll be able to cover for us this year. So Ted Lasso came out at pretty much the first year of COVID, and everybody obviously, lived through it. It was pretty depressing. It was very difficult. And this little show on Apple just started to have this little following, and people kept talking about Ted Lasso. And I was in the same boat as him for like 6 months or so, or maybe even a year. I wasn't paying any attention. And my wife said, "Hey, let's watch this show." And we watched the first season. It was incredibly addictive. Then we saw the second season, which was even more addictive. Then they made a third, and it's kind of like a trilogy, and they kind of ended things. But, the show has become like a cult, not necessarily a cult following. It's just
little background.
It really helped people during the COVID time.
He was an American football coach,
right?
That through some circumstance was hired to become a soccer coach,
right?
In England,
for a low-level team, right?
Right. Okay.
Okay. I know exactly who this is.
We got that.
Do this, but yes. Yeah, I don't know his name, but I know the guy. He's funny. He's funny as hell.
No, it's okay.
Now the kid. Now, am I also correct in the State Farm commercial with Patrick?
Yep.
That the guy Bundle His Life, the soccer player. He's in that show too, isn't he?
Yeah, the guy that was in that. He was in. He was one of the soccer players. Brad Goldstein, who kind of plays the scruff
Danny
former
something
player.
or other.
Yeah. Yeah, Danny something. I can't remember what it was, but
Yeah.
but again, you know, it's just it just came across at a time when people just needed something uplifting. Won a ton of Emmy awards. They talked very openly about season 3 being the last one, and I just thought since they were on the since he announced it on the podcast with
a lot of Kansas City connections here,
Kelsey boys. Yeah, there's a lot of Kansas City connections. You know, Eric Stone Street. I mean, he built a massive house in Kansas City, and you know, he lives here full time, and it's just great to. It's just a great feel good thing.
He is not on Ted Lasso.
He is not on Ted Lasso, but there. If you watch the show, I always spoil this. There are a lot of Kansas City things you're going to see in there, and it was very personal for me, and it's a great show. So if you haven't watched the first 3 seasons, I doubt you're going to see season 4 till sometime in 2025. They're just writing it now, which means it has to go into production maybe by the end of the year, and maybe by the middle to the end of 2025, you'll get to see it on Apple TV. But I highly recommend it. Some of the best acting, and there's a common theme in there. It's just going to make you feel good. If you're having a bad day, it's the perfect show to watch.
Did it ever make you cry, Nick?
There was a couple of scenes where I got a little weepy. I won't spoil it too much, but there's a scene the series for me came together in the first season in the dart scene, and that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
And that to me got me completely hooked, and the sentiment tugged on me on that one pretty good because
it's completely free promo. Go watch Ted Lasso on Apple Plus, Apple TV, whatever.
I need to get a cameo in that. Come on, Jason.
Free promo, guys. Go check it out because I know
I'd love to be an extra in that. Hopefully they film it in Kansas City. That'd be great.
I got to check it out now because I didn't know about it until.
All right, it's all good. I wasn't trying to call you out. I just thought, you know, when you said that to me earlier, I'm like, wow. And I felt really old, and I don't know why I felt really old at the time because it's a relatively new show. But the Roy Kent song, I don't know if I could do it, but maybe we can get a volunteer who will record it. Oh, listen to that. They begin potentially doing filming in Kansas City. That'd be great. Good for you, Mango.
Wow.
Love it.
Not only the Chiefs going to Kansas, so is Ted Lasso.
I guess.
What is happening here?
It's time to make that move, gentlemen. Time to take
let's get it. Let's get a resale before we get into Factor Cap.
We want to talk about our new sponsor, Resell Electronics. They buy and sell all of your consumer electronics. For more information, we're going to roll tape. Run it.
Save big on the hottest electronics. At Resell Electronics, we offer the best deals on new and pre-owned TVs, game consoles, cameras, plus so much more. With 2 convenient locations along Noland Road in Independence. Stop by and visit us today.
That's right. Resell Electronics, 2 great locations, Noland Road and 40 Highway in Independence. If you're looking to buy or sell any of your personal consumer electronics, they are your one-stop shop. You walk in, you tell them the guys at Chiefs Blitz and Bowtie Sports sent you, and they'll give you a 10% discount. Check out their website at resellwithac electronics.com.
Resell.
So what you got for us today?
All right, gang, here we go. It's that time on Friday for a little fact.
John, I'll get you afterwards.
Cap. Now, we touched on the newest not the newest, but one of the newest quarterbacks in Kansas City right now in Gardner Minshew. The jorts, the RV, the country singer vibes. Coach was talking about his vibe, his aura. The guy just seems like, now I'll date myself here for those of you, and I know Nick is all over this, the movie North Dallas 40, the Mac Davis role. This is Gardner Minshew. This guy should have been playing in like the early 70s, where guys were like either drinking, shooting roids, whatever, and just showing up to the game on time, just on time, and just playing ball, man. So given all that, the statement is this: Gardner Minshew, perfect fit for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I would say Cap. I think I'll probably went with Jamie Winchester, wherever his name is. James.
Just make up a name. Just fill in the blank. Anybody but the guy they got.
I went with Jameis instead of
Jameis went. All right, yeah.
Instead of
he's still out there.
He wants started. He wants to have a chance to start. That's why.
Nick,
I'm going fact.
If Patrick Mahomes, knock on wood, I just don't trust the, I don't trust.
I thought Nick was going, man.
Go ahead, Nick.
Dang.
So we know you're a negative on this one. I'm going to be a positive, so I'm going to go fact. It's great. He is a throwback. If you haven't seen North Dallas 40, you two, I highly recommend you watching it today. It's the best football movie about the business of football that you will ever see, and there is a
loosely based on the Dallas Cowboys.
Loosely based on the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm going fact. I love that mustache. I love that man's aura.
The spirit. The Chiefs connection. John Matuzak was in the movie.
The late John Matuzak.
See what I'm saying? Y'all see the aura in the kingdom? I'm not part of the kingdom, but I felt his spirit. Yeah, hell yeah, go fact, man.
Uncle Rico, that's what he gives me. And I know
Mahomes sit down half the season and let
Uncle Rico could throw the ball, man. Come on now.
Shut up, Uncle Rico.
That's who it is. It's Uncle Rico.
Hey,
my spot.
Hell yeah. He's just slugging a beer in one hand and chucking the ball 75 yards
old
down.
School Chiefs football. That's an old school Chiefs football guy, man.
Go ahead, Lou. What else you got for me?
A cigarette and a fresco. So where are you going, Coach?
I got fact. I got fact all day.
Oh yeah, all day.
Mahomes take a seat half the season and let mayhem rule.
The aura says it all. Gardner Minshew. Come on now.
My kind of guy.
All right. So we've been talking about the offseason, what's been happening in the offseason, player acquisition, the draft, everything else. Okay. So given still the uncertainty at left guards, Kingsley notwithstanding, statement is this. There's a couple of former first-round offensive linemen out there waiting to be plucked. The Chiefs should try and sign either Mekhi Becton or Tevin Jenkins. Both available and could play that left guard slot.
That's your guy, sir.
That'll be a fact. I go sign the Green Mile Giant. Over here, guys, with number 77. Bring him to the Chiefs. What he did to Chris Jones was personal. So I would say bring him to the Chiefs. Let him be there. When I see, I told Dre about it. I said, who is this number 77 on the Eagle? He's manhandling the people on Detroit's Lions team. The everybody that I seen him go up against. I would say, heck yeah. But I don't know if they put him at guard. You know what I mean? Because
coincidentally, both these guys were drafted as tackles and then were moved to guard. Becton had like a career resurrection. He was like on the scrap heap. The Jets were like, this guy can't play, can't stay healthy. All of a sudden, they put him at guard. Now, again, he's playing with maybe like 3 all pros on that offensive line too, but he is a big dude. And if you put him next to a left tackle that you're not so sure of, maybe that works out. But
I love his physicality.
What do you got, Nick?
Yeah, I'm gonna say fact. I think Becton's gonna be a Chief when it's all said and done. I think they want depth at the offensive line. They need assurance in case Kingsley Suamataio, can't handle the guard position. He's versatile. He's the kind of offensive lineman that Andy Reid used to covet and acquire in Philadelphia. So that's
give it the day of the big uglies.
Yeah, I don't think he's going back to the Eagles, and I know the Chiefs were interested early in free agency. I think you're going to hear his name at some point over the weekend. I would not be shocked if he's a Kansas City Chief.
Kareem,
bring his ass to the Chiefs, man.
Horrible when they were playing.
Bring his ass to the Chiefs.
When they moved to guard, both guys play elevated great.
Plus, you got.
Go ahead, Nick.
We appreciate the flat earthers input.
The Eagles have the best offensive line coach.
Hell yeah, that's my guy. I love him, man. I love
University, baby.
Well, yes, right. I love him, man. If he's a free agent, immediately
nobody better than that man. Nobody
Masters class in offensive line play.
He resurrected his career because he put him at guard and by a stable center.
He just got that. He's the Andy Reid of the defensive of the offensive line.
If they're able to get either one of these guys, again, a 1-year deal, within their budget, I would say absolutely. And then see if they could beat out Kingsley, or Kingsley could beat out them.
He's going to definitely beat out Kingsley. So he's going to definitely beat out.
All right. So we'll stay on the note of talent acquisition and what the team's been doing. Trey's been re-signed. Nick's been re-signed. Jalen Moore. They lost Justin Reed. Turk gone. Tooney gone.
Watson.
What do you guys think? To date, Veach has done a great job with the roster.
Straight up,
fact or cap. I wrote it and I had a hard time reading it. I had to pause.
I would say I think he did a great job so far, because I didn't. A lot of people didn't see him re-signing Nick Bolton, or so far I think he doing a good job so far. With the depth pieces that he bringing in.
I
Nick
forgot
Bolton,
Christian Fulton. Sorry.
Yeah. Looking at the guys that he brought in, they are people that can field some roles players right now. Also, I like the cornerback they brought in as well. I'm still up in arms on the tackle they brought in. I got to see him more playing time. He didn't get that many snaps. He always been a backup, so I have to see about that. That's why I say they'll draft a offensive tackle in the first round. But other than that, I think Veach is doing an excellent job. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think with
a little bit of a waffle. You've been eating with Coach.
I'm going to go fact.
Waffle House.
No. No. I'm going to go fact. I think the way that he has maneuvered the roster, the salary cap. You got to remember his cap guy went to the Tennessee Titans and became their general manager. So there's definitely a learning curve there. I think all the contracts that they signed with all these guys are manageable. He didn't overpay. He didn't get into a bidding war with other teams. They basically said, this is the offer, take it or leave it. And if not, they're going to go to their next guy. And they signed 3 guys right away that they were very, very comfortable with and felt confident that they could get. And again, they're all cap friendly deals. Listen, you have to get playmakers. You have to hit, but you don't have to break the bank. I mean, we look at, we talked about the left tackle and look at, Moore from Pittsburgh. He was the worst graded left tackle on the planet last year in the NFL, and he got $88 million contract from the Tennessee Titans. So the Chiefs got a bargain. 2 years, they can get out of that after a year with limit, with a little bit of cap hit. But Brett knows what he's doing. I don't think he's done. I think there's a surprise move coming.
Yeah,
and I also think we're going to see some familiar.
Plenty of time to go. The draft.
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
But to date,
I'm giving him high marks.
I'm gonna give Veach a good C+. I'm giving a C+, man. He got some quality pieces, man, that he just added in some very serviceable. He gave some serviceable contracts.
I don't think he likes
that
your
word.
take.
We put a moratorium on that word. Man.
Pretty sure. Look at that look, man. I don't think he likes your take one bit.
Hey, man, listen, I can tell. I don't like what he did either. So here's the thing. I think Veach has said everything up for the draft. I think he's gonna really put his emphasis on the draft. So, but from what the Chiefs did, it's solid. It's solid.
Thank God. But stop the presses. I'm agreeing with the coach again. He's done all right. Okay. I mean, obviously there hasn't been anything jaw dropping. And I think the biggest thing was to him in hindsight now is keeping Trey and Nick Bolton. Hollywood Brown. Yeah, it was a priority, but it wasn't like, they put out a bunch of money. It's in terms of wide receiver, what a wide receiver 2 is getting at this point, I don't even know if he is a wide receiver 2. It was a hell of a lot cheaper. So he has done this strategically. He is setting himself up for the draft and being able to, again, attack it from the best player available. So from that perspective, I think he's done well. And yeah, there's plenty of time. There's plenty of guys out there that they might still bring it. So, That's going to do it, folks. Factor Cap on a Friday. Hey, let's do it. Brought to you by our friends at Underdog Sports Fantasy.
And speaking of that,
now in Missouri.
Speaking of bringing somebody else in, can you see the Chiefs bringing in Diggs?
I like that.
Rasheed Rice and Diggs is working out together. Me down there. So what you guys think about that? Luke.
I think adding a veteran wide receiver, they're working out together down in Arizona.
Again, Hence, we're changing names again.
They're working out together in Arizona, and I think they're going to bring a veteran wide receiver in, somebody, and I think Diggs would like to shake that image of being the missing out on the celebration in Kansas City when they beat the Bills again in the postseason, and they will handily this year. I think it would be a great fit. Now he's had some issues. Obviously he's coming back from an injury, but he appears like he's on track. If he can be a team guy and fit in the locker room, I say, yeah, but they're definitely going to bring in a veteran. And I think they'll draft a wide receiver with those 3 7th-round picks. I think they'll look for something there, but to me, Amari Cooper is still the guy for me, but if Diggs wants to come, I'd take him. As far as Cooper Kupp goes, he's delusional. Somebody, I guess, is going to pay him $15 or $16 million on a 1-year deal, but it ain't going to be the Chiefs, the Broncos. It looks like Seattle, maybe. So we'll see how that turns out. But yes,
in terms of the $15 or $16 million, I mean, if you look at it, I guess in perspective of where the market for really good wide receivers is, that's kind of a bargain, right? I mean, it may not fit. It might not be a bargain for the Chiefs because that's not really the way they roll. But if, in fact, it is Seattle or one of these other teams that he is rumored to be close with, those teams don't really have a number 2. And in Seattle's case, JSN has been really good. That was playing with DK and Lockett on the same field. We don't know if he can elevate to a number 1. Now, his pedigree tells us he will, being as good as he was at wide receiver university, right, at Ohio State. But, for you getting Cooper Kupp, a professional, for 15 or 16 million for you, I think that's probably a deal if you're those teams. Now, in terms of Diggs, yeah, I'm with Nick. I still favor Cooper above him, and that's only because I think he is regarded as, if not the best route runner in the league, pretty close. I mean, Keenan Allen, I would put Kupp in that range too, but he's a little bit younger than both of those guys, and I think he's got some gas in the tank. Diggs would be my second choice among those two, so that's the way I'd see it.
Yeah. I like Diggs' personality though, because like I said, if you want against him, you hate him, but on your team, I love it because he a dog. I like the mentality in him. It just can't would he gel well with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid? Because if y'all look at D-Hop, well, I don't know what D-Hop has left right now because of how the Chiefs played with him. So I don't know what D-Hop going to bring to the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is this: like, even if Cooper do come over here, I think the expectations should be mid because I don't know, because the way Andy Reid plays with these certain receivers, they spread the ball out a lot. So you're not going.
Maybe that's the word that's going around to the veterans right now. You know what I mean? When they get over here, they play the Chiefs. Yes, you get in the ring, but expect your stats not going to be there.
Yeah, you're not going to get those. Like, you're not going to get those stats.
You're not going to get the stacks to get the bag. You know what I mean? For the next, for the 1-year deal. So that's why I'm kind of thinking of some of these veteran wide receivers leaning towards not coming to Kansas City just for that factor. You know what I mean? D-Hop last year thought he'd get a bigger contract. He was selling for less than I think he got, in the previous, before any of veteran wide receiver, I think he got the less. But again, like all these other guys said, yes, they'll look good in a Chiefs uniform, but also is they going to get the stats that they want, to actually get that new contract that is going to set them off for the next contract. So,
well, they also have to be realistic, and I'm sure their agents are going to be realistic with them, as that there probably isn't going to be for the rest of their career another really big payday. I don't.
Well,
there's really no.
Devontae Adams, huh?
There's really not. He's the exception so far, but that was only a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
And I think the way that's structured, they could probably get out of it after the first year. So there isn't going to be another one of these 4 or 5 year deals for huge money.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
So then you just have to decide, okay, what do I want? How do I want to kind of close out my career, or just spend this season? Do I want to spend it, with Patrick Mahomes, with Andy Reid, whatever? And they're still going to get paid. They're still going to make money. I don't think that's really a question. It's just that they know there's a structure here, and they also the bigger receivers you talked about at Hense, where as far as spreading it around, forget about spreading it around. In the last 2 years, they've gone wide receiver first, one in the first, one in the second, and they appear to be like the future of the team. So I don't think you're going to come in and supplant either one of those two kids.
No.
So you have to be willing to say, okay,
good point, Lou.
I'm going to be pretty much, when Rasheed's on the field, whenever that happens, the number 3 receiver probably.
Right.
And that's, if Hollywood doesn't step up. So we can say that guy is going to fit and he would be great for that room, but you have to have the right mentality from the guy.
I was about to say that. I was just about to say that. You have the right mentality.
At some point, we know the history that Diggs can get loud.
Yes.
So if you're willing to take a shot that he doesn't, then okay. But we know that Cooper's a little bit more reserved.
He's more humble. He's more quiet in the back.
And is going to be every bit the pro technician, teacher, mentor for all the younger receivers. So that's why I would prefer Cooper.
I know everybody gonna want Cooper or Diggs. It's more likely gonna be Lockett. It's more
I don't think so. He wants a lot of money too.
That's gonna be one of those type of guys.
You'll pick Lockett.
I didn't say I'm gonna pick anybody, sir. I said
I'm just saying. Would you pick Lockett, sir? So I'm asking you. Would you pick Lockett?
Yeah. If he wants to come back, home.
If you listen to any of the chats in the group box, I don't want any one of these older guys. I said, go. One of them. It's a lot of kids that's coming out this draft. I don't understand that.
No one is precluding them drafting another receiver, but for 1 year to have a veteran receiver is not going to blow anything up.
I got that veteran receiver. It is Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is that veteran receiver. He's not your regular tight end. Yeah. He's the ones that got all the receivers and the tight ends, all the on the run group. That is your veteran wide receiver there.
So Kareem said he'll pick Lockett. He'll pick Lockett. Everybody.
He's not getting down the field. He's not making the plays that he used to make. So yeah, I get that, but I'd like to have the mentor technician that can still play.
I like
Cooper. Get down the field and make some plays
but
on top of everything else.
The reason I say it's Travis Kelce because if you watched I Am Athlete with Rasheed Rice is on there, he said he had a big reason of Travis Kelce coming back because him and Travis Kelce talk a lot.
That's great.
I find that surprising.
Yeah,
they train stuff out the field. That is your veteran wide receiver. So you don't need nobody else. Go get somebody younger. We don't need nobody that's up in age with bad knees. And
so you're gonna bring in somebody younger that isn't as good. That is going to have experience. Might have a difficulty learning the playbook.
He said, "Hey, defense is good." Okay, we'll see.
It's going to take.
You said the same thing about Worthy last year.
We have those guys. We have the young players.
You said the same thing about Worthy.
Lou said exactly. Lou said without seasoning.
He's a guy that you drafted to keep for 5 or 6 years, not a guy that's just going to come in for 1 year. That's what I'm saying. The room has plenty of space and has many young players already in there, and you're going to add to it in the draft. I'm saying you drop in one of these vets, and it just,
Hey, Winston said he got Diggs. Winston said he'd take Diggs. I like Cup though. I like Cup.
What happened is, guys, we start thinking about these guys' names in the back of their jersey instead of thinking about their numbers and kneecaps.
Let's go. Time
out. What you mean?
We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back.
Diggs was
good. We've now reversed roles. Go back a couple of years and watch those shows when that's what was coming out of my mouth.
Well, a couple years ago they was younger, right?
No. We didn't have the younger guys then. We needed young top end receivers.
Yeah.
Right now we have those guys. We're good. They're all young.
Mm-hmm.
They just need some seasoning. The wide receiver room needs some seasoning. But
here's
the thing, guys.
Not two or three, one.
Here's the thing with Andy Reid. Now, what I mentioned earlier, if these guys come up here with this attitude of "I'm the guy," still, it's not going to work in Kansas City. It's not going to work.
Big Carter and Powell.
Yeah, but I'm saying like Andy Reid, like he's all about balance. Andy Reid is all about balance. So if you can't come with that mentality, understand like
he doesn't even exist anymore, and he's playing in it.
But looking at the jerseys, Moore and Mitchell are going to be wearing number 77. Moore going to be wearing number 77. Mitchell number 25.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Interesting.
That was his number with the 49ers. So I seen that one. Seen that one coming. But again,
that's JC, baby.
That's JC's number. I'm surprised.
And that's a tough field. Shoes to try to fill. You go wearing that number 25 in Kansas City.
Wasn't William T. Rofe 77?
William T.
The greatest guard ever. Was the greatest tackle ever.
Wasn't Jim Tyrer?
Jim Tyrer was 77.
77.
Hey, Hense, Winston said Kelsey's yak days are over. So he's no more. He's the guy. Them yak days is over.
I don't know.
I'm gonna throw that out there. I'm gonna throw that out there.
I said get a better receiver.
I'm telling you right now.
I'm
gonna tell you this now on March 14th.
Okay.
People will be in awe of the shape that Travis Kelce will be in and how fast he's going to play this year.
Father time.
You're going to all be shocked. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
I'm telling you right now. Is this going to be an MVS moment for the next conversion?
Fine.
No, clip this because this is great. Nick said, "Hey, he turned back the heads of time. Great.
I think he will turn back Father Time a couple of years this season.
He's going to battle Father Time this year. I got you.
Also looking at the new addition of the Chiefs draft picks, we got the Chiefs will be today. They got the 31, 63, 69, 90, 95 in the third round, and they got two more 7th round picks, 51, 251, and Mr. Irrelevant 157. So I can't wait to show my draft board when it comes out Monday. So you guys got to stay tuned for that. See what I did with all the
mock drafts from Monday.
I did with my draft board.
So should we just throw ours out? Just say the hell of it?
Yeah, the hell with our shit. The hell with our shit. He said, my draft pick.
Because I seen all your boards. It don't mean anything. Report the one I'm gonna bring on Monday.
He said, everybody in the chat, he said his draft board is better than everybody. So we gotta see you. It's gonna be about your draft picks, sir. Who are you drafting? We're gonna break down yours, sir.
He's got who's the big tailor in town, Nick?
Dan the Tailor Man.
There you go. He's rolling in all that gold material. He's got he's starting to get Hensley's gold jacket.
Dan the Tailor Man.
He got the golden list.
You better get him started now because the draft is just in a few weeks. Come on, Hensley.
Hey, here's the golden jacket list, man. I'm telling you.
If you look at what Brett Veach is doing right now,
those guys on the roster now already. So call Dan now.
If you look at one of the guys that's on that golden list, Jared Wiley, he had the same issue that Travis Kelce had when he first got drafted, right? Okay. He got Travis Kelce knee got hurt, you know what I mean, and it set him back.
Sure, right.
We heard it set him back another year, and now he came back and took the lead by storm. And I think
Travis was kind of a maturity issue, wasn't it?
Just to put all my chips on the table, man. I'm just saying Jared Wiley probably have a breakout year next year. I'm just saying.
Hey,
right.
But with all those,
that would be a good thing.
Because the golden jacket list was going to
clip that too, guys. Hey, Mago, clip that. He said just like Travis Kelce. So I'm expecting Travis Kelce numbers, man. After the injury, that's what I'm expecting.
Here's some unofficial breaking news. Kareem saw Rashid the other day, and he was freaking diesel. Now, what Rasheed's doing in Utah or whatever mountain you're living on.
Must have been on a work trip.
Mr. Flat Earther. What is happening with that?
I was just say that because I see them too. I was like, man, this guy, like, looked like he got what? He probably 215, 220. You know what I mean? Around that range right about now. He picked up a lot of muscle, as you can see. You know, if you go look at other pictures on Instagram.
Shout out to Hulk Hogan, Python.
He really doesn't have much else to do. So
yeah, exactly.
hey, Kareem said his draft board is killing yours, Bo. He said, "Oh no, you put your foot in your mouth now, man." He said his draft board is. He said,
any of you guys want to put a draft board together? You let us know. All right.
Hey, send it to us.
Send it to us, man.
Hey, hold on before everybody gets convinced. We're gonna. You're talking like a mock draft. Draft board implies every position. Ranking all your guys.
My bad, Lou. That's too much in detail, Lou. We're gonna do mock draft. There you go.
Kareem's going to show up with like 37 graphics. Okay,
just one.
This draft, I'm gonna have a screen set up. My wife I ordered. I seen it in the Amazon. Shout out. I got a whiteboard that's on its way. It's going to be sick.
You got your own whiteboard?
Yeah.
I have a whiteboard. Oh, my God.
So the whole show is about your draft board, sir. We want to see everything in the details.
Dude, step in 21I centuries. Get yourself an iPad or something.
I got multiple of those over here. I got a projector. I don't need
You got a whiteboard and some like purple and yellow and blue markers.
But again, man, yeah. This year I'm looking. I know Mango said in the chat that he think he's going to miss training camp, but Jared Wiley, I feel even though if he do miss training camp, I feel like the kid is still going to have a breakout year. I feel like that's Travis Kelce replacement, or if you didn't see the kid from Oregon, he plays just like Travis Kelce. You know what I mean? This was 6'5", 230 something pounds. Go check out that kid as well. I can't get his name written down in the back of my head right now. But again, the kid from Oregon,
Terrence Ferguson.
Yeah, Ferguson. He played just like Travis Kelce. Would you agree with that, Luke? His style of play.
This is what you see is like now all the comparisons come because these kids are probably studying Travis throughout his career. So you've got a handful of kids that you watch them on tape and it's like you see them a little bit more shake, in the routes. They're not as so hung up on proper steps. Now, I don't know if their coaches love that because it's not really fundamentally sound, but hey, if they can run Travis routes and get on the same page as Patrick, absolutely. That's great. But athletically speaking, there's so many kids every year now that whether it's wide receiver, tight end, there's at least 6 or 7 tight ends that could go in the top 3 rounds, maybe even 9, right? So I wouldn't be shocked. Mason Taylor's the one that just looks like can be a freaky athlete and just be like above everybody, maybe even above Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren was featured so much in that Penn State offense, and Mason Taylor wasn't, just because they always have great wide receivers down there. So nothing against Tyler Warren, and that's my guy.
Tyler Warren is my number one tight end, man. He's my number one tight end coming out, man.
But Mason Taylor, that's gonna be a steal for somebody, I think.
But who's your sleeper guy before we close out? Your sleeper guy in this draft that you think he probably?
I'm always looking. I'm always looking for that running back. And last year, again, I'm not gonna pat myself on the back, but that type of player, Tyrone Tracy, right? So you have Brashard Smith. He's a running back for SMU, converted wide receiver. That with all these other running backs that are getting all the love and the pub, and they're deservedly so, this kid could go much later than all of them and turn out to be one of the best ones. So Brashard Smith, running back, SMU. I'm looking for him to go like 4th, 5th round, maybe even 6th round. But somebody's going to get a steal.
What about you, Nick?
Devin Neal.
Devin Neal, yeah. Devin Neal.
Devin Neal.
Hey, I'm a creature of habit. If you guys don't know that by now,
I'm a creature where I stay.
Jayhawk, baby.
That's right. He had a good combine. It wasn't great. I know the pro day's coming up here shortly. I think that to me, I don't think he's on all the. I don't think he's
news.
on the radar of all.
Oh my God! Here we go.
Man, hold on, I ain't gonna cut
on,
Nick.
Nick.
Cut Nick off,
already
man.
You gotta put the baby to work. He missed all last week.
Little breaking news from for me. I will be at the Mizzou, KU, and K State pro day. So
Nice.
So I think my guy.
Are they combined or are those 3 different days?
It'll be 3 different days. I have to drive it out,
cool.
but I will be there.
You get to go to Manhattan, Kansas. Good luck with that one.
All right, so I got mine's is Jabari Harris from Iowa. Iowa Hawkeyes, man, the DB, man. I love his upside. I love that he's very fundamentally sound. One of my favorites.
Serviceable.
And I think he's beyond serviceable. He's beyond serviceable. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. His coverage grade is very high. He had 7 pass deflections this year. Very sticky. We got very sticky hands. So that's my guy.
Kareem likes Jeffrey Bossa from linebacker from Oregon. I don't know anything about him. So
let's go, Kareem.
Well, my
Kareem ready. Hey, Kareem ready.
Not a knock on the guy. I just haven't done my research yet.
That's all right.
Well, my sleeper guy is Dante Thornton, wide receiver from Tennessee, 6'5", 215 pounds. Runs a 4.3 at the combine. I mean, the kid is legit. If he slips, and some people got him going into 6th round, maybe the 7th. I think he has some off the field stuff. But again, if he slips in the 5th round or the 6th round, one of these if the 4th, and he sit there at the 4th round, and Chiefs can grab him there, there'll be a heck of a steal for the Kansas City Chiefs because he has potential to be a 1st round draft pick. But some stuff happened. But he was with Oregon in first. He went over to the Tennessee Volunteers. Is that what they call their school?
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. But again, 6'5", 215. The kid is solid. Runs a 4.
Certain schools have reputations for turning out specific positions.
Mm-hmm.
So, like he talked to like Iowa DBs or Iowa offensive linemen.
Yep.
Ohio State, basically offensive linemen, wide receivers, or pretty much everything else, defensive ends. It was everything. The Tennessee wide receivers are always the most interesting case. They're seems like the most athletic guys in the world. They're the fastest, everything else. I don't know that there's been one that's been successful. I mean, going back,
ding.
You got guys that went up. I mean, Jalen Hyatt. We still haven't seen anything from him. I'm just saying, just in general, you think about that's just the first thing I always think of is who was the last, really guy that blew up that came from Tennessee as a receiver. It's been a while. Peerless Price. I mean, it's been forever.
We're talking a long time ago.
Been 1 or 2 in there that have done all right, but. That's the one thing that but Weston, I agree with you. Ty Felton, I think I had him in my first mock draft of the Chiefs. I lean on my friend who went to University of Maryland, watches all their games, and he usually brings me 1 or 2 players every year. And this guy had a pretty good combine, ran really a lot faster than I expected. So look, Ty.
So everybody's saying so Bowtie wants a tall physical receiver, huh? You want a guy like 6'5", 6'4" with good speed.
That'd be nice.
That's what you want. And then you put the coach of Andy Reid out there. Andy Reid put hands on that boy and give the man the fundamentals. Man, give him the knowledge.
Look at Kareem.
Oh, Kareem, there it is.
Kareem.
Another jacket guy.
Hensley's head's gonna blow up.
Hey!
Oh my God!
Savion Williams. Hey, he's on my board. He's my top 2 wide receiver that's come out.
Kareem is jacked up.
If he goes to the Chiefs, he will be getting that golden jacket.
The resident flat earther has now put a kibosh on Savion Williams. Forget it.
So with that said, we go.
Those TCU receivers, Jalen Reagor. Yeah, well, Jack Besh, he might. I think he might be successful.
Man,
but I think he only played there for a year.
You said Lou Saints, they're cool. I mean, if you like them, I love them. I guess.
All right, we got a transmission. Here we go.
The mango,
this is not the same.
This is the mango drone, isn't it? Mango satellite. Yes.
I love it. Did Musk put that up for you in the airwaves?
Mute yourself, Mango.
Hello.
How you doing,
Hello.
mate?
I'm very well. How are you fellas doing?
We're doing good.
All right.
What can you tell us about Ted Lasso?
Live via satellite. There you go.
Well, I haven't got anything Ted Lasso related, unfortunately. I've just come to drop a little nugget or two about our new guy, Jerry Tillery. So, according to PFF, in 10 career matchups against the Kansas City Chiefs, Jerry Tillery has 23 total pressures, including 9 QB hits against Patrick Mahomes.
Ouch.
So just take him away from some other teams. Doesn't necessarily have to play for us. Just keep him away from us.
Get him out of the AFC. Put him back in the AFC,
right.
in the red,
Let's
in the
go.
AFC West. I love it.
Hey, that's the best way to scout. How does he do against our team?
Exactly.
So what's his measurables and weight, man?
His measurables. Well, hence you put me on the spot there because you didn't exactly.
I got it. I got it if you want it.
Please.
He is 6'6", 295. He is 28 years old. Will turn 29 in October.
Oh, so a next addition of Chris Jones.
Yeah, it's a good rotation guy.
A good rotation. A good what, guys? A good serviceable guy, man, on the defensive line. He's a good serviceable guy.
He does have some position flexibility. I mean, like he came in as a DN. Maybe he's not quite, the right size or skill level to be a dominant defensive end, but I think they're looking for him to play inside, kind of get that third down inside pass rush. I mean, for that, I think, he could do some damage.
Yep, I agree. I agree. Good tidbits from the satellite.
That's right.
That's right, my
From
man.
the Juice Kid. There you go. You got anything else for us?
We didn't launch that thing for nothing.
So with that, with that said, guys, go watch Savion Williams. I like a lot of people talking about him. Savion Williams. Also, Dante Thornton. He could be rising up the board around the draft time. A lot of people are gonna think a lot of people
will be now.
Yeah,
he will be now.
All right. So I've got an assignment for the young guys on the panel. You're gonna watch Ted Lasso, and you're gonna watch the movie North Dallas 40. And
what a film!
I think Mango watched it. It's pretty good.
Mango's up to speed, man, on all this stuff.
Yeah,
I try.
Impressive.
Well, I'm always
it's the late 70s film, right? Early 80s.
Yeah, very late 70s. Nick Nolte,
Mac Davis,
Nolte. A lot of actors you're gonna in the scene with Matuzak.
A lot of people that are dead. A lot of people that are dead now.
A lot of people gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, what kind of stuff? A lot of people that passed now that has been passed.
Well, it's nearly 50 years
It actually
ago.
in the wide receiver character was based on Fred Biletnikoff. It was a consultant in that movie for Nick Nolte. So there's another one.
Also from Erie, Pennsylvania. Shout out.
Gotta get that out there.
That's right, baby.
Get that off the screen. With that said, guys, we are going off the show. We don't want that on this screen, sir.
Freddie Biletnikoff.
That helmet off that show. How'd you ever put that helmet on this show, sir?
Oh man, he was so great. You had to watch his beauty as a receiver. He was the best. He was one of the all-time best.
He was Cooper Kupp before Cooper Kupp.
He was.
I actually have one more Jerry Tillery fact.
Okay.
Go ahead, sir.
Back in 2022, the Chiefs actually tried to claim him off of waivers. Vegas got him instead.
Yep.
So he was waived. Damn.
He was waived. The Chiefs' record was a little bit better than the Raiders' record.
But again, he gets to play along Chris Jones. Again, I'm gonna get y'all some since you gave us some assignments, I'm gonna get you some assignments. Go watch Dante Thornton from TCU and Savion Williams and say, yes, please, Veach, let this be future Chiefs. So with that said, we'll see you guys Monday.
Peace.